Hey everyone, TurnOfFrase here, and today I'm going to be talking about a very weird and wonderful app that can either help or hinder language learning. So when I started getting back into language learning, I told one of my friends, and she recommended that I should download an app called HelloTalk. At the time, I only really knew about apps like Duolingo, Memrise, and so on. Now, before I go on, I just want to say that this video is in no way sponsored or endorsed by HelloTalk, because if this video was sponsored by HelloTalk, then it would probably go something like this.
HelloTalk is the best app in the world. It helped me so much. 5 out of 5 stars. Ha ha ha. Where is my money? What do you mean you don't have it, you cheap mother?
So today I'm going to be talking about my experiences with the app. So let's get into it. So I've been using this app for a couple of years now. While there are some things that I really love in this app, there's also a lot in it that I think could be greatly improved. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So what is HelloTalk? HelloTalk is an app that allows you to speak with other native speakers of the language that you are learning. So, for example, if you're learning Spanish, you can put this into the app when you're signing up. And once this is done, you can then speak to native speakers from all over the world. So the app itself acts like a social media page for languages. On your profile page, you can put as much information as you want to about yourself, from your picture to where you're from to even why you're here learning the language that you are. HelloTalk also gives you the ability to post what are called moments, which are just like any other kind of post in social media. This can then be seen by other language learners who might want to like it, comment on it, or even propose exchanging languages. So let's start with the positive parts of HelloTalk. As I've said before, HelloTalk acts like a social media page, but for languages. In the app, you can search for people who are learning your native language. So, for example, if you wanted to learn Spanish, then the app would find users who are learning your native language, which in my case would be English. So, once you find someone you want to talk to, then it's simply a case of clicking on the person and talking away to them. The app also gives you the option to translate what your language partner may be telling you. So, for example, if you download this app on day one of learning a language and you have no idea what your language partner is saying, you can click on the text that they send and then translate that text. You can also do the standard things you would expect of an instant messaging service. So, for example, you can send photos, you can send YouTube links. That's not a hint, by the way. There's also an option to join groups on HelloTalk. This will allow you to mingle with other similar-minded people who are learning the same language. And the best part about this is the entire app is free. At least for the most part. Unfortunately, the app itself isn't all sunshine and polyglots who want to learn a language. Which brings me on to the bad points of this app. As I said before, HelloTalk is indeed a free app where you can exchange your languages with a native speaker. However, there is also a VIP service which you can pay for that unlocks other features for the app. At the time of recording this, the premium membership is around £3 a month. While I understand apps like HelloTalk need money to keep going, some of the features that they include behind this paywall aren't, in my opinion, entirely justified. And with this, you unlock a number of features such as unlimited translations, learning up to 3 languages at once, getting to talk to more language partners a day, searching by gender. That's a bit of a controversial one. Searching for users near you, searching around the world and filtering your searches by country, getting exclusive stickers. Now I know that's what you came here for. And of course, the main one, turning off ads. Now, in the case of turning off ads and the ability to search by gender, I can understand why those are locked behind a paywall. What I don't get personally is why some basic features, such as having unlimited translations, would be locked behind this, especially when it comes to an app about language learning. And this is coming from someone who has had the VIP membership for quite a while. What about the users of HelloTalk? Unfortunately, it's a bit of a mix. If you've been anywhere on the internet, you'll know that there's always a good side and a bad side of a community. On the one hand, I've met some really incredible people on that app. And because of that, I've managed to learn so much about not just the languages I'm learning, but also about the countries that they come from Spain to China. But unfortunately, there are those who use HelloTalk as more of a language Tinder. On a lot of the profiles that I've seen on HelloTalk, many people leave messages in their bios saying things like how they're only looking for serious language learners, which to me says that this is a very big problem on the app. However, beyond the creeps on the app, there's also another group of users who are also problematic. And while it may sound silly to complain about this, there are a lot of users who are overly eager to correct everything that you're saying. Now, of course, mistakes happen. Language learning is all about continual improvement. Unfortunately, there are some users who don't see it this way, and every single mistake is fair game. So one thing I didn't mention earlier in the good parts of HelloTalk was the ability to be able to correct your language partners. And while this is technically a good feature, there are a lot of people who abuse this, and not for the better. So when I started learning Chinese, I often made mistakes. Sadly, I would get a lot of messages, whether it be on my moments or talking directly to someone, saying that I had made a mistake, but unfortunately they wouldn't really clarify on why this was a mistake. It would be like a correct and run, where someone would leave a correction on one of my moments and then never speak again. So I'd be sitting there left wondering what was the mistake. But that would be the least of my problems. Now, I can't exactly hold HelloTalk accountable for the kind of people that are on the app. What I can criticise, however, is their response to certain situations. And believe me, I have a lot of gripes with this. Now, I've met a lot of different people on this app, from people who are amazing to maybe not so much. One of the worst experiences that I had on the app was when one of the users started harassing me. As soon as the argument started to escalate, I immediately used the block function on the app. About a couple of minutes later, the same user popped up under a different name and started harassing me again. So, of course, I blocked that one, and then the next one, and the next and the next. What I came across, however, was something really bizarre that I don't think I've seen in any other application. For some reason, the app limited the amount of times that I could block someone. To me personally, that is absolutely bizarre. So that meant that the person who was harassing me had free rein just to keep creating new accounts. Now technically that should be impossible because HelloTalk only lets you create one profile based on the device you're using. But things got so bad that I had to delete my old account and then create a new one. So of course I emailed HelloTalk about this, and while they were very nice and very understanding about the situation, it still didn't help that the situation got to that stage. Another downside of the app is trying to find the right language partner. Now, if you're learning a widely spoken language like Spanish, Chinese, French, German, you'll be able to find a language partner almost immediately. But if you're like me and you're learning lesser spoken languages such as Scottish Gaelic or Esperanto, then it is really difficult to find someone to talk to. So, is HelloTalk worth it? Personally, despite all of the negative points I've made in this video, I would still say it's worth checking out. Whether it's the free version or the VIP version, you're still going to be able to meet so many interesting people. So if you're interested in talking to native speakers, give this app a try. As always, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you again next time.